Hello everyone and welcome back to Form of Therapy. This is the Culture Study. I'm the channel's video producer and you can call me PD. Today we are checking out TXT's 0 times 1 equals love song, I Know I Love You, featuring Seori. Ooh, that is quite a mouthful. TXT is back with their complicated, long title tracks and subtitles, but hey, it's why we love them. And they are featuring a female voice. That's interesting. You don't see a lot of features in both title tracks and then a cross between male groups working with a female feature. And you never see the reverse of that, where you have a female group with a title track and then they have a male feature. I hope we can see the reverse of that someday. But before we get into TXT's music video today, let's talk about today's sponsor, me. Guys, if you want to support our channel, if you like TXT and you want some more TXT content from us, consider visiting our Patreon. Not only do we do listening parties over there, because listening parties are now exclusively Patreon exclusives, and we're going to be checking out TXT's album in July. But for now, in June, you can check out their 2-2 TXT series. We just started that up. We're also going to be checking out their Playground series with Enhypen, and then we're going to start being Enhypen and High in July as well. So if you want bonus reactions and you want to support the channel, consider visiting our Patreon. You don't have to support us monetarily. Just consider subscribing. It's free. Most of you guys are not subscribed, so it'd be great. Now let's get into this video. This is 0 times 1 equals love song, I Know I Love You, featuring Seori, and this, by TXT, and this is your form of therapy. All right, here we go. Oh my god, what? I'm not reading that. As fluent as I am in Korean, I'm a slow Korean reader. Whoa! Whoa! Whose voice is that? Was that Taeyeon? I don't know who's in the blonde. Whoa! Oh no, that's Ty? Oh, that's probably Seori. Okay. I was like, that's not Bumgyu's voice. Classic TXT music video, friends just creepily staring at each other. Oh my god! What the fuck?
Say you love me, say you love me, 세계의 끝까지. All or nothing, I want all love you. Say you love me, say you 세계의 끝까지 All nothing I give all of you 난 맞춰졌어 이 lovesick 길이 없어서 죽어도 좋았어 I'm a loser in this game 세계 유일한 법칙 나를 구해줘 네 손을 잡아줘 Use me like a drug I know I love you Say you love me Say you love me 세계의 끝까지 All I feel I want all of you Say you love me Say you love me 세계의 끝까지 All I feel I give all of you I love you
Oh. Oh. You don't I'm trying to soak in the moment. I'm trying to remember this moment because I thought about this recently about how sometimes when you consume content, especially music, when you're listening to it for the first time, often you don't realize in the moment that you just listened to what's going to become an iconic moment or a game-changing moment. I'm trying to kind of really sit in this moment right now because I think we're going to look back on this moment maybe a few months from now, maybe a year or a few years from now, who knows. But we're going to look at this and we're going to go, wow, like that was a moment where they really did something that was honestly such a huge change up to K-pop music. Just and what the industry is and what that means and what it can be. You know, I was thinking recently because I checked out Kwon Sonya recently and I listened to their album and they had a song on there called I Can't Breathe, which I highly encourage everyone to check out. But that B-side made me go, I wish the label had made this the title track. And I understand why they didn't, because the song was experimental and it's not just a matter of bravery and courage, because it's about livelihood. And if you do an experimental song, most likely the public's not going to latch onto it, and most likely it won't make as much money. And that's a lot of people's jobs on the line. So I understand why most groups experiment on B-sides and they don't make B-sides the title track. And I wish more groups could and would, but that's not how the market is. But TXT is using their unique position, which is that they are literally in one of the biggest companies on the planet. And so they can kind of experiment with their title track genre and make a shit ton of money regardless. And so I'm so glad that, and this speaks volumes to Bang Seok in general, but also the company of Hybe and Big Hit Music just going forward, is that no matter how big and grand their success, like they are still going to push the envelope on doing weird experimental stuff. And in fact, I view like money and being rich actually as a responsibility. That if you are like the biggest company on the planet, if you are the type of artist where you are in a position where label privilege is a thing. It's not a bad thing where you are privileged enough that pretty much whatever comeback you do is generally going to make a lot of money. Then I think you do have a responsibility to not fall into the trappings of, all right, here's just another cookie cutter radio hit, And some companies do that. Some groups do that. And that's fine. That's fine. But I'm so glad that TXT and Hybe and Big Hit Music, that they won't let fame and money dictate what kind of concepts they do. And I really feel like I don't know what to refer to this song as because it's so long. I'm just gonna call it Love Song since that's the shorthand that should be easiest. I feel like TXT's Love Song, I feel like this song is so progressive. It's so interesting. They do so many unique things that I feel like I can genuinely safely say that has not ever been done in a lot of K-pop title tracks up until now. There were some moments where we'll talk about it in the second watch through that I did see recently, but it's still unique to right now, to this moment. But that is easily a 10 out of 10. And it's hard to say. Like, I want to immediately say this is now my favorite TXT title track. The only song that it would have to fight really would be Runaway. Runaway is just, Runaway for TXT is like the I Need You for BTS. Like, since then, like, I would say like, oh, Fake Love's my favorite BTS song. But then my brain goes, but hey, you remember I Need You? And then I go, oh, right. And I feel like every time I'm always going to do that with TXT's Runaway. I'm always going to be like, oh man, I think Love Song might be my favorite TXT song. And then my brain goes, hey, remember Runaway? And then my brain just goes, run away, run away, run away with me. And I'm like, oh, right. But I can say perfection. Let's go ahead and watch this again. We'll do a second watch through and I'll provide my commentary as we go. Yeah. All right, here we go. I tried reading it the second time around. I stumbled at like the first two words immediately. I'm a speed reader in English, but not in Korean. Oh my God, hold on. Oh, I love a song with a strong start and a strong impact. My beard hair just got in my mouth. I'm sorry. That's disgusting. All right. I love how like it's the shot of Eunjun holding the keys and then it cuts to like the moment like the choreography looks like the choreography of it starting looks like it's Taeyeon, like almost as if Yeonjun threw it to him and then Taeyeon grabbed it. Oh my God. And listen to those drums, those real drums. You can hear those. Ooh, they're so full and rich. Like, oh, it's just, obviously like the biggest influence in this song is like the rock sounds, like an actual band, like almost like garage rock type of band music. And I'm glad that like it's not just like, oh, we've got rock guitars. Like, thank you for like actually like incorporating drums that also have a fuller sound, not just like the more plastic sounding electronic drums. God, it's so satisfying. I have to hear like 100 live performances. I gotta see it, because if we listen to that again, when Taeyeon says, I know I love you, like he does it with, there's like, I can't tell if he can really do that with his voice or if it was in the song production where they kind of like manipulated his voice, or if it's like someone else altogether. There's like tearing. He does like, no, like I can't do it obviously, but like he like kind of like really grinds his voice. Like I want to know how real that is, and he does it again later in the song. We'll talk about it more there. I love like that handheld work. Also, and they're shooting in like this worn down building. Usually that's I'm usually critical of that because it's like a cheaper set usually, and groups only do it because they don't have money. But here, they do it because it actually fits the aesthetic of the song and the music video. This alternative, grungy sort of vibe. Also, I really appreciate this. The lighting is beautiful. This is like as close to cinematic lighting as you can really get, putting the subject in front of just the light source like that. Looks really good. Dude, what the heck? That Hyunin Kai's voice right there. The way he enunciates those words, my life is like, it's interesting. Whoa. Was there a who? Oh. It was like more like a yelp. But he enunciates it almost like a rapper, and he like very jagged the way he sings that, but he's still singing it. Interesting. Also, I love this whole bit with incorporating the microphone into the choreography. I have a suspecting feeling that for live stages, they'll probably alternate between doing some performances, because I saw even in the music video, they don't hold the microphone the entire time. They do some of the choreo without mics. So maybe like in their live stages, they'll do some performances where it's like all mics and some performances, no mics. Who knows? Or maybe like they ditch it in the middle of the performance. Who knows? We'll see. Oh! Yo, that move Subin did. Oh, that was so cool. Can I analyze that moment? I want to know how he did that. So okay. I'm not a dancer. That's why I can't catch things like dance moves this quickly. So he juts out, widens his legs, and then he pops left, and then he just goes to, oh wow, it's pretty simple in concept, but I'm not a dancer, so. Oh, I love the camera work. Oh. Right there. That just, you can hear just the strain on his voice. It sounds painful, but in a good way, and I love it. I talked about how I noticed this recently. Juhan and Kiyeon in Monsta X's Gambler, at the end of Gambler, they also do some screaming. Are we getting some like screaming in K-pop? Like, is this gonna be a thing? Can we please make this a thing? TXT, Monsta X, please, can you please popularize this? I love just when like you can hear straining in a singer's voice. I personally really love just like classic rock, like, well, not classic rock, more like what was that era? Was it glam rock? I don't think it's glam rock either. I'm talking like Bon Jovi, Steven Tyler, Aerosmith, like that kind of era of rock music, just the strain in those rockers' voices. I love that kind of sound and aesthetic. So it's really dope to hear here. And I heard it a bit in Monsta X, but I feel like we're getting more of it here, and I feel like there's even more straining. So I really love it. But I gotta know, can Taehyun actually do that? Or again, is this like a production thing? And does he do it live sometimes, all the time? I mean, this basically just means I gotta check out a bunch of TXT content. Ugh. So this scene is actually a good chance for me to talk about that part of the song I wanted to talk about, which is the song is so, the lyrics are so like negative, you know, like I was fine to die, I'm a loser in this game, you know, very grungy rock, you know, angsty lyrics, right? But at the same time, it has a great road trip vibe to it, especially because of the drums. You know, a lot of rock songs go well with the road trip kind of sound, the road trip playlist sound. And this song definitely does too, you know, despite its very dark and kind of sad lyrics, it's a very, very fun and exciting song. Also, I love how the choreography is like also like earlier, like with Subin's this thing, and right now Taeyeon, like the like, you know, the that part in the song, it his vocals were very round, the na 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 na, and like I like how they kind of like emulated that in the choreography as well. Was that a giant flying fish? How did I just ignore that the first time around? See, that just, at this point of the song, I had completely forgotten that Seori was featuring in this. And so when her voice comes in while Pumgyu is in the frame, I was so confused. So I'm deaf in one of my ears, and I can't listen well enough. So let me know in the comments if you can hear it. Like I thought I did, but then I tried listening close and I feel like I couldn't hear it. Is it just Seori singing over the "Say you love me, say you love me"? Like, is it just Seori, or was that also Yeonjun singing on top of her and they were mixing it in together? Same with Pumgyu, or is it just her voice? And you know, obviously she's not in the music video, so they're just, you know, basically acting it out. Let me know. That was almost comedic, that zoom. Yeah, classic TXT music video where all the friends are just against each other for some reason. Then they're having fun, and then they're against each other, and Subin's just staring creepily at Taeyeon from afar. You know, classic TXT thing. So Yeonjun also sees the fish. I just realized that there was a story to this. Listen, I'm at this point in my life where I'm not about the story stuff anymore. If you want to get into the story stuff and theorize and stuff like that, you know, feel free to visit my friend XLS channel. She does like all sorts of like, well, I know she does BTS content. I don't know if she does TXT stuff, but she might. So go check there, or anyone else on YouTube. Also, man, his hair looks good, right? Like that hair, it doesn't always look good. He's like kind of going for like that shaggy, it's a very shaggy haircut, kind of like Armin from Attack on Titan, but black hair. But God, he looks really good in that. I just started up to do TXT like a month ago, so I'm just now seeing his like very coconut blonde hair. This is so much better. I love this look. Oh my God. I think vocally, aside from the screaming, my second favorite part has to be Subin's voice. Like after this part, like Pumgyu, like I feel like Pumgyu sets, like I feel like it's almost a layup. Like I feel like Pumgyu sets it up so perfectly. Like he's kind of singing in like a more whispering singing tone, so that when Subin comes in, and he's also Pumgyu's like his is softer, and then Subin comes in, it louder and his voice is raspier, so it's like a nice contrast. So it really kind of like hits you right where it's good. Yeah. Na, 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 na. I also feel like whoever was the producer on this song, the Korean producer, I feel like when they were guiding them to sing, I feel like they were just like, yeah, tear your voice up. Like I feel like we're getting a lot of raspiness from them, and I love it. Again, was that Taeyeon? Was that a different member? Gotta know. God, Kai is eating up this chorus. I'm in. I think I noticed like, I wonder if they're like, if they're like the song, like, you know, the songs are like, I'm a loser in this game, blah, blah, blah. But I wonder if they're the ones like also like supporting each other, because I think it was Taeyeon in the previous shot. He had like a cast and it said, I think it said lose or loser. It'd be weird if someone wrote lose. Like, I feel like he wrote loser on himself, but then there was a red V over the S, and maybe like one of his friends were like, no, and then like changed loser to lover. It's just so abrupt. I love it. And it's like the reactions are somehow weirder than Yeonjun's dancing. Like Subin's just like eating, and he's just like, and then Kai's just like, he's like, yeah. Like, what's everyone's reactions to this?
Say you love me, say you love me, 세계의 끝까지. All or nothing, I want all of you.
Did we never get the chorus again?
Say you love me, say you love me,
There we go.
끝까지. All or nothing, I give all of you.
This part, oh my god. This is so beautiful.
난 맞았어 이 lovesick 길이 없었어 죽어도 좋았어 I'm a loser in this game 세계 유일한 법칙 나를 구해줘 네 손을 잡아줘
Oh, I love it.
Use me like a drug I know I love you Say you love me Say you love me 세계의 끝까지 All or nothing I want all of you Say you love me Say you love me 세계의 끝까지 All or nothing I give all of you
Wow. Listen, man. Thank you, TXT. Thank you for this. Like, listen, I love K-pop, man, but like, I'm so glad that, like, as much as I love K-pop, you know, the pop music, right? The dance music, I love all of that, but I want to see idols doing other things, experimenting and whatnot. And I understand when you experiment away from the pop genre, most groups don't succeed, right? I mean, it's pop music, it's mainstream consumer music. So it's not often that a rock song like this, you know, would chart the way that something like a mainstream pop song would. But thank you, TXT, for deviating from just the cultural norm within K-pop. But at the same time, TXT has always kind of deviated from the cultural norm. They've always been kind of weird and experimental in a good way. But like, I feel like this one is just, it's the furthest they've ever like deviated. If you look at their title tracks, oh man, Crown, Runaway, Can't You See Me, was it Blue Hour? next? I feel like it was. Like, if you look from them title track to title track to title track, you know, they don't do the same thing twice, but they carry a consistent style. And, you know, that's a K-pop thing. K-pop groups switch up genres left and right. And, you know, obviously that's something a lot of people do. But I feel like with K-pop groups, it's motivated by concept, right? With K-pop groups, it's like, oh, what new interesting concept can we do next? Ooh, let's do a concept with like where we're like, I don't know, thieves and we do this, or we're like police officers and we do that, or let's do a horror concept, let's do a dance concept. You know, I feel like they always go based off concepts or something like that. Whereas TXT, I feel like they're motivated by, I don't know, something else. And just like, it's always like just experimental, good music, not restricted by anything. And I'm amazed. You know, I would say love this song. I Know I Love You. That's probably a better title than calling it Love Song. But I think this is their best one by far. The song is just so aggressive and emotional, and it's exploding with emotions, you know? And I am definitely going to go through a run where I am checking out a bunch of live performances, checking out, see if they do like the kind of like the raspiness stuff live, if not. But I got to say, comeback perfection. That's a 10 out of 10 comeback for me. All right, guys, that's it for me and my reaction and review to I Know I Love You by TXT. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. I also want to throw out a question for you guys. How do you guys like this featuring with Seori, let's say, as opposed to like BTS's On featuring Sia? I think the amount of their participation is pretty much the same. They don't have an overwhelmingly large presence in the song, Seori and Sia. But I feel like I like the execution here a lot better because I think it's been a while. I would have to see it again. I believe On with Sia, Jimin is singing with Sia. I feel like there's someone is singing with Sia. It's either Jimin or Jungkook. Someone is singing with Sia, and her presence is like not largely like, I don't know, it's like, oh my god, Sia's featuring on this song, and then when Sia did, it was like, oh, that was underwhelming. Sia didn't need to be on this song, right? But then when we have Seori here, which I think in terms of like presence in the song, it's about the same, but the reason why I like this more is there's not a member in particular that I think is singing along with Seori, and even if they are, they're not overpowering where I can't hear Seori. In BTS's On, that was the case. I was like, well, why do we even have Sia when Jimin could just clearly easily do this, right? That's one thing. And then also just in general, I feel like Seori actually enhances the song because them saying I know I love you, and then Seori saying say you love me, it could almost be like a back and forth type thing. Like Seori doesn't feel like necessarily like a collaboration here, but more like she's the icing, the cherry on top of this dessert that is it. Whereas I feel like, I don't know, we might just need a different term than featuring then, because featuring I feel like implies like, I don't know, a greater involvement, but I suppose something like this could be considered a feature, but I feel like it warrants different expectations. But I personally really like the Seori feature. I think her voice, just like being in there just a little bit, it really does enhance the song. It doesn't feel like they added Seori because like, oh yeah, we're doing this just for collab's sake. It feels like they featured Seori because it would enhance the song and no other like commercial reason. So I really dig it. Let me know what you guys think. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. If you would like to support the channel, consider visiting our Patreon, patreon.com/formatherapy. Like I said, we are checking out a bunch of TXT content on there. So if you want to check that out, visit us there. If you don't want to support us monetarily, free ways to help us out are to, my voice is given out as well, is to hit the like button down below, leave a comment, go ahead and subscribe if you're new. Remember to hit the notification bell and check out our other videos over here. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.